Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be continuing off the last one. Last time we built the cellar of this castle here, and we are building the keep. So, I'll show you how the insides of this look first. Right over here is the stairwell, and this is the cellar. Small vaulted room with a fireplace, some windows, really small windows. Let me fix this thing up, and yeah, there's fireplace, arrow loops, gun ports, and now we've got to build the Great Hall. This second part over here, you can call it the first floor, and the cellar the ground floor, or depending on where you live. But I'm going to measure it out real quick. So this is around where the base is. Get that up to 7 blocks. But the actual floor starts at 6. So this is where the floor is, and that's the base. So we're going to take out that first part. So yeah, 6 blocks for the first floor. And next one, we are going to do maybe 8 or 10 actually. 10 would work good. We want it to be a little bit taller than the other rooms. Alright, so that's done. Now we've got to lay out the floor. So I'm going to start by putting the edges to this so we can know where everything's going to be, because this is a larger room, so we have to plan out a little bit more than on the cellar. So these are the corners. And we're also going to be putting some inner corners. You just start right over here. And these are going to go the same height as the other ones. Just like that. So now you can see where the inside is going to be and where the outside is, and in between that's going to be mostly wall. So now let's lay out where the wall is going to be. So this is the outer layer of the wall. I'm going to mark it in stone like with the rest of the castle. And over here is going to be the entrance, because there's a little hill where I can put some stuff. So I'm going to leave this part a little bit open. Right about here. 3 block wide entrance seems pretty good. I don't want it to be too small. And let's put some bricks there. Alright, and that'll give a good view of the Great Hall when you enter. I gotta remove this floor, make it look more pristine. And let's continue on putting this stone. Alright, so that's the outer layer done. Now let's get the inner layer. So I'm removing the stone from the infill layer, or the middle of the wall that's going to be filled with stone, because I'm going to be changing the thing. It's not just going to be normal stone all the way through. I'm going to keep it with cobblestone on the inside to make it look more realistic, because that's how castles were usually built. But now I've got to design the windows. So on this side, this is going to be the entrance, because it's a slope that goes all the way down. So I'm going to put a couple of windows overlooking that right over here. And I also want one this direction, but I cannot have too many because there's a fireplace. So I'm going to go 2 blocks this way, maybe 1 block, and then 1 in the center. Yeah, 2 blocks apart. So I'll have those parts in between. And then the stairwell over here. Alright. So I'm gonna put those parts there. It's gonna be where the window sill is gonna be. I gotta fill in the floor. Alright, now that's done. It's gonna be, there's gonna be another one right over here. Here's the garderobe. You wanna build something that goes to that. But for now, let's just fix this little part over here so we can see where the fireplace is. So that's that, right over here. You can see where the fireplace goes up. And that's where the smoke's gonna rise through. And now we need to build a window overlooking the valley. So I'm gonna build it right here. Similar to this one on the other side. Kind of like a mirror. And then it's gonna have a passage going to the garderobe. So I'm going to fill in the floor, then put the door over here, and that's going to be the garderobe. Goes right down there and outside the castle. But I can't just leave it overhanging it because there's going to be garderobes on other floors. So I'm going to have to dig down over here and make a redirect down through here. So you can see could go down through here. Just fix that up a little bit. So as you can see, there's a passage going down through here that leads out. And then also one overhead to lead for the other ones that are going to go above. So that's the garderobe area done. Now we need to build this part over here. Actually, I forgot to fill in this part with stone. I was just talking about that. Just like that, filling it, all the gaps in. I'm gonna fill this part over here, then build a fireplace. But first, I've got to fill in the rest. Alright, that looks good there. And here's the fireplace. So I could build it small like this. I could even build it like really wide. But I think doing it a little smaller would do because I'm gonna make it come out a little bit. Let's see, just like that one. Actually, no, that one was in the wall. It's gonna be somewhat like the Borthwick Castle fireplace, instead of one that's just cut out the wall. So it's gonna go that deep, and then I need some pillars to go on the outside to hold up the mantle. That's gonna be those right there. And now I can fill in the wall all the way. So that's the floor. Now, let's see. So that's the top floor. Now we can fill in the sides of the walls. I'll do that now. I'm going to leave in the measurement part because it's going to be pretty useful later on. I'm going to keep it for the other floors as well. Alright, so now I got to build the entrance. So that's how it's going to look. And now I need some kind of stairwell or a gateway. Not a stairwell, just a staircase that drops off. Could be a little bit arched and have a wooden platform going across. Just gonna build the supports here. Might have it a little bit fancy, like have some pillars supporting it. Maybe like this. Would that work? don't think it will. I don't think the stone would hold up that well in real life. I'm just gonna fill it all in like this. All the way through. I'd rather not make it too fancy so that it could actually look stable enough. Alright, that's pretty good. I might move it out a little bit more. Just so I could put some wood on top of that and have it actually stay on. Could put a ledge here so that the wood can rest on top. And now I need to build some supports on this side so that the wood wouldn't sag in real life. Right there. And have some parts to keep it right in place. I'm not going to make a drawbridge for this one because I don't know if I would have enough space. I'm just going to make it a burn bridge. It would just be burnt in case of invasion instead of raised, and then they would build another one. Or maybe it could just be knocked off. Now I'm going to fill in the walls all the way. Now that the walls are done, we can begin working on the details. But first, I'm going to move this part over here out. Or maybe... I think I'll do that later. I have an idea over here. So, this part over here, you can see the bridge pretty well. And I might be able to put in maybe a gun loop or an arrow loop right there. I could have a little gate room. I could have this entire area over here be to defend the gate. Or I could just have it be a passage. But I'd rather have it be more defendable because it is a castle. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a series of gate rooms, one on the side and one above. So here, I'm going to build one that looks at the bridge. I'm going to make a room over here. It's going to be accessible through the stairwell in this room right here. Alright. So, you can build it. I'm going to need a debug stick for this part. So let me just put that in place. There it is. Looks pretty good from this side. And, I can't really see the bridge too well. Oh, there. Yeah, that works a little bit, but I think I'm going to move it to the other side because I don't see too much of the bridge. Alright, I'm going to go on the other side and fix this up a little bit. That's better. It's closer to the door. I think you'll get a better view going through there. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty damn nice. You'll be able to see a lot through there. Let's fix the stairwell a little bit. I'm gonna put this up all the way to the top. Do that real quick. And we also gotta do the fireplace. But I'll do that a little bit later after I finish up this gate room. Alright, so I'm going to put the ceiling up here. See the view here. Maybe I can make it arched. I don't know if that would work too well. I've got one on this side. Put a wall on this one here. You could put a door here too to make it its own room. that looks good. What else could I use this one for? Well, I've got this part right over here. I could put a gun loop going this way, so that anybody getting through the actual door would also get attacked. Yeah, I think that would be pretty effective. Let me put that in with the debug stick. And let's see how it looks. Looks pretty decent. You can see from one side to the other pretty damn well. Over here. And then you can also see the bridge. Alright, that works. It also gives it a nice touch of detail. Now let's get the fireplace part done. Just built the outside rim. Now we can focus on making the inside of the fireplace more realistic. Make it taper down and lead it to a single point where the fireplace or the smokestack would be. Just like this. I'm going to use wall blocks for this part. Gives it a more slab-like appearance rather than using stairs. See? Right over here. Alright. I'm going to fill this part over here in, all the way to the top. And we can see how it looks like from down there. It is pretty smoky. I might have to get rid of these. Actually, I'm going to put some hay bales in here. One of my commenters recommended that. I've done it with my other ones, but I forgot with this one. Right over here. We get rid of that dirt, and let's place that in. Now you can see the tapering effect that it gives. Right up to the top. We could alter that a little bit, but I think I'll put that part back actually. Put it there. I'll keep the hay bale for the other part, the other fireplace. Alright, see? Smoke is going through just a single hole, and now we can work on this fireplace. Let's put in that hay bale. Alright. Now, let's see what we can work on next. We can work on the garderobe or the windows. I think I'll do the windows first, because we're going to need the style for the windows to do the garderobe. So I'm going to make these windows a lot bigger than the arrow slits below. You could see the size difference over here. And you could see that it's visible from pretty far away. So we want to make these windows large, but not too large. I'm going to make this one quite small, like this. And I'm going to put some arches going over it. Just going to fix up this stone part here. And now let's get the arch in place. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm going to put some stair blocks in that after I fill it in. Alright, just add that detail. Now, the arch. I'm not going to make it as detailed, just kind of like a arched cutout right into here. And maybe some seats on the side. Yes, looks pretty good. Maybe I could use these. They look good, but I don't think you could actually use them. Let's see how it looks like from the outside. I might leave those there and keep actual stairs, like seated parts, for the other ones. These two are going to be matching, so I'm going to build them up in the same way. And I'm going to be a little bit taller. I'm going to make the windows bigger. Maybe 3 blocks. Looks a little bit high. Yeah, like that. So it can fit in the arch. And I'm going to replicate it on this side too. So let's build over the arch on this side. Alright. That looks pretty good. Now I can work on the windows. I'm gonna get the arches in first. On both sides too. Now let's get the seating in. Seating looks pretty good. I'm not sure. I think I'll put it on this side too. Just gonna leave it with the other ones, but it doesn't look as good compared to the others. Maybe with slabs? No, I'll make it match. Okay. Now to detail the windows. I was originally going to make them with the wall blocks, but unfortunately it was too wide, didn't look too realistic, and it would have been quite dangerous because invading forces could just climb through them. So I made them a little bit more narrow. So now I've got to replicate one of these ones on the other side. I'm gonna fill it in first to make sure it looks decent. Okay, wonderful. Has a good view, and it looks very nice from the outside as well, even all the way down here. Okay, now to replicate it on the other side. So I've got to make sure it looks the same, just with the part on the side. Okay, I don't need these parts here anymore. They're not useful. Thought I was going to, but no. I build up the door, make sure that it's the right size. Okay, the arch matches size. Let's just build that out. Now for the garderobe. I'm gonna build this up a little bit here, so it's easier to build the room in there. Oh, and I almost forgot to put the arch here. And the window. Now, I'm going to put some parts on the side here, the seating, but just one on this side so it's easier to access the garderobe. And for the garderobe, on this part over here, I might use wall blocks. Let's see how it looks. Actually, it wouldn't match with the seating style that I'm going to use, so I'm going to get rid of that. Put this part up. This is going to be the passageway that all the other garderobes take, and the offshoot that I'm putting on this side is this one's going to be for the first floor. That's a little bit too low. Still want to be able to get on the seat. So I'm going to raise that up a little bit, make it an arch. That looks good. But I'm going to put this part a little lower too, so it can fit a door. Now I can fill this part in. Raise the chute just like with the fireplace, as well as the stairwell, which I raised first. These windows are a bit large, not as large as the original plan, but I'm still going to have to fix that in some way, so I can put some iron, over here. Just cover that up so that people wouldn't be able to get through. Still gives it the nice look, but it's gonna be a lot more difficult to invade that area or climb through the windows, break through that, even though they're pretty large. And it still turns out looking good. I'm gonna fix some stuff up with the weather and daytime. Gonna make sure everything's working. Now I can work on this part over here, the gate. I already worked on the floor below, but I'm gonna do something above it, like murder holes. I'll build those a little bit higher than the main arches, right over here. You're gonna be able to drop stuff down through. I'm gonna build up the wall on this side. Get all the parts in my inventory, just like that. I'm gonna build the room going a little bit far that way too, so I can place some arrow loops. And fill in that part. I'll put one right over here, so you could see down onto the stairs. Alright, that's got a pretty decent view. Now we can build it up a little bit more. Put in a vault, just to make sure everything looks pretty stable. Can't have any flat tops because then it would cave in. You have to use some really specific techniques to build that, and it wasn't too common. Alright. I'll build a little part going across so you could get on the other side. Maybe a little, yeah, like down that side. And then maybe another arrow loop over here. Alright, that works. Now I can build up the stairwell. And it matches up pretty well. Alright, everything is looking good now. Build it up a little more. Which side should I put it on? You could do it this way or this way. Oh, but actually, I'll do that on the next video. But now we gotta check out how it looks. You can see the murder hole there. Access is pretty easy. You get a good view. Get rid of that block. Oh. That kind of looks like a face. I don't know, I'm gonna get rid of that one right there. I don't want it to be looking too wacky. I'll also fill in the part that the vault was in over there. Just make it straight up stone. I don't want too much unnecessary space inside the wall because it holds up the later floors. I can detail that a little bit more too. Just like that. And that works. Now, what can I do next? I'll fill in this wall. And now I can do the fireplace. So, I'm gonna build up these pillars over here. Get the mantle nice and decorated. Don't want to make it too flat because this is going to be the main show of this room. It's the main show of most great halls. And let's make sure it looks right. Put that going down like that. Yeah, it looks good. Now, I'm going to build a triangle on top, kind of like the one in Borthwick. I quite like the one in Borthwick. It looks very, very nice, so I'm gonna replicate it here. A little bit smaller though, because Borthwick's hall is ginormous. Now we can fill in the wall, and that's the full size of the room right there. Well, there's going to be a vault, but that's about the size. That's why I didn't put any windows above that like I have with previous ones. There isn't going to be a optional floor above. It's just going to be one really big great hall. Now I'm going to put this up here. You could just shape where it's going, and then we're going to taper it down a little bit more like with the other one. This is going to take a little bit more time because it's with a mantle going on the outside that needs to redirect it. That's what the triangle piece is for. And you can use these wall blocks again to taper it down. Oh, just up there a little bit. Let's see. This might work. No, not there. I'll just use stairs. Actually, that would not work. Maybe like that. Yeah, it doesn't peek through like that. Still looks good. I can get rid of those parts. Alright. Everything's looking good with that part. Tapered down just like this one. I could put the actual fire in there. Alright, that is looking beautiful. Alright. Maybe I could start building up the arch. I've got to plan it out a little bit. I might do it similar to the other one, just like this, with the slabs here, the wall here, or I could make it a little sharper. I'm not sure how I'd pull it off sharper. I haven't done it too much like that. Maybe with stairs. Alright, that side looks pretty decent. Let's replicate on the other side and see how it looks. Okay, I don't know, there's something a little bit off with it. Doesn't look too arch-like. I mean, kind of arch-like, but not too much. Maybe if I put stairs here? I'm not sure. I think there's something else I could do. I'll just keep it as the... I might just keep it as the original. Maybe make it, yeah, just like that. I think the original would work. It worked with the other ones, so it could work here pretty decently. Right, now that the floor for the upper floor is finished, I can look down and see how we're gonna build up the arch. Now, I could do something over here. I have a little idea. I remember when I visited Eilean Donan Castle in Scotland, in the stairwell there was a little peephole that could be used to spy on people inside of the Great Hall while they were having dinner. But it could also possibly be used to like shoot an arrow down. And that's what I'm going to build up there. Something to view the entire Great Hall from in case anybody gets in. I'm going to make it a slightly altered gun loop, just like this. actually looks pretty good. Let's see how the visibility is. Oh my goodness. You could see pretty much the entire Great Hall from this area. Let me close that off now. Yeah, that looks very, very nice. Now let's build the arch. Just follow this pattern and go all the way through. That's what I'll do. Alright, now that it's done, it looks very, very nice. Matches up with the fireplace well, and I'm gonna put a tiny additional window right over here just to get that extra bit of sunlight from this side. Let's see how I'll put it, because there's a fireplace chute going right through that. I'll have to alter it a little bit. But yeah, because there's a fireplace, there's going to be less chance for a window, but I want to put it in because it'll give it a little bit more detail, and it's been seen in castles before. But you can see it in Borthwick on both sides, and I've seen a couple of great halls that have just one small window on the fireplace side, and it looks pretty good, so I'll add that in. I gotta fix this part over here to make it match up. See if it goes through. Yep, looks pretty nice. Now this window is not going to be one you could actually crawl inside of. Maybe if you're laying down. It's going to be really, really tight. I'm going to have to use stair blocks with it. Maybe not that tight. Let's see. Just like that. I can break that part now. Oh crap. Maybe I could put it higher. Yep. And just follow that all the way to the other side. Right, that looks good. Can add slab here, maybe another stair. Oh. And see how it looks. I don't know, the stair kind of blocks it a little bit. Just fill that in. But I gotta fix that somehow. That looks a little bit better from this side. So you could see it from the other side of the hall, not just looking straight at it. Maybe I can open this up a little bit too. Or close it off. Make it tighter there. I think I'll leave it be then. Let's see how it looks like from the outside. You can see the windows here. And this side is quite flat and barren. This one has the small garderobe window and the garderobe exit that goes off the side and has the views. This one has the door. And that side has the two small arrow slits and windows. Now we can light this part up. Right across the top of the arch. Maybe a little bit in the windows as well. Let me see. How would I evenly light up this place? I'll put some, yeah, in each window like this. It gives it a good look. Maybe on this side I could put a painting too. Just with a couple of torches to light it up, and also the rest of the room. And now I can build a small table right in the center. I mean, what is a great hall without the great table? Every castle that I've gone to has had some sort of great dining table right in the center of the great hall. After all, it's what they were used for, so let's put it in. Alright, so let's find the center right about there. We could put it out a little bit, have the legs of the table, and then we can put some in the middle here too, just to make sure it looks decent. I've said decent a lot, haven't I? I'm thinking I could put it just flat going across, but it would be a bit hard to do it that way, or annoying, but I think I could make it look a little bit better if I were to cross them. Alright, let's put these ones over here on the legs facing this way, and then all the other ones facing the other way. Ooh, what did I do there? Just like this. Not like that. Like, what am I doing? Yeah, opposite on this side. And then like this. And then on this side as well. Alright, makes the table look very good. Very detailed. I'll add chairs in a little bit later. And I'll decorate that wall later too. But alright, that looks pretty good. Oh, and this part. Forgot, I was gonna change that earlier, but I placed it off to later. So I'm just gonna put one to the side over here to measure, and I'm gonna fill this part in with the edge of the stone, the edge of the castle, using stone bricks just like the rest. So now you can see just how the edge is going to look. And I'm going to place a couple of tiny little windows, like really tiny windows, on this stairwell so that in the night you could see the outside a tiny bit, and during the day the light will shine in a little bit, because I'm not going to be putting torches in these. I want there to be visibility somehow, so I'm going to place these little things in here to let light in. It's going to be a lot better with other shaders, but it also gives the castle a nice touch of detail. I just got to make sure everything is looking good. Right, I gotta build the latrine closet now. Or not the closet, that's already finished. I'm just gonna build the toilet seat. Gonna put this one here. It's a little trapdoor, and then the new mangrove trapdoor with the hole right there. And there you've got it, toilet. I used the same design of this one in Borthwick, but Borthwick had a lot more of these though. I can't even count how many there were. I will sometime, but I had to create an insane piping system for that one. It's all inside the walls. You can't really see it, but it goes all the way down to a cesspit. 2 cesspits for each tower. Maybe I could add a wall on this, or not a wall, a door on this side too, just so it's blocked off a little bit. No, put this down so you can't see over. Alright. Check the downstairs. Put a door there. I already have a door for the oubliette there. A door for this one would work too. Now I'm gonna fill in this wall section over here. Took me quite a while. There's a lot of cobblestone. I explained why I used cobblestone in one of the other videos, but I'll do it again. I used it because in medieval times they would put the well-cut bricks on the outside, and then they would fill the inside with rubble like stone mixed with mortar. So they wouldn't have to have precisely cut things all the way through, but it would still make it structurally stable and thick. Now I can put in the bridge. I'm gonna use some fence posts over here. or I've got to figure out a good design to use for this. Might have to put a ledge on this side too, just to make sure it works. And then one here. And then I'll put some spruce fence posts on the sides, just to look like support. Just like that. And then I'm going to put trapdoors above that, just like this, going all the way across. I'm going to start on this side so it's easier. Alright, it's pretty flat, looks good, and you can walk across it. It's a little bit bumpy though. That might actually come in handy if somebody's trying to get in. Might slow them down a little bit so you could shoot at them through the gun loop. But that part's done now. Alright, so let's look inside. Great hall. Looks very nice and cozy. The windows looking very protective. The fireplace working out. And the toilet. As well as the spy hole up there. Now this little, the first gate room also looks good. You could see that part. And the inside door as well, nothing needed to change, and the part above as well, looking good. This is a very protective gate. It's better than the other one I built in Castle Thorcraig. That one was for a server, though I couldn't use the gun loops using the debug stick or anything, so it was a little bit different. You could see where the smokestack goes up. Overall, Great Hall is looking very nice. I actually enjoyed this one a lot. The Great Hall is probably one of my favorite parts to build. Besides the bedrooms, of course. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.